When you think of Loki, the Norse god of mischief, what comes to mind? A trickster, a shapeshifter, a schemer who thrives on chaos. Loki is the ultimate wildcard in Norse mythology, a figure who defies expectations at every turn. But there's one myth about Loki that's rarely told, a tale of betrayal, ingenuity, and consequences so vast they echo through the entire cosmos. What if I told you that Loki once made a gamble so bold that it risked the safety of the gods, the future of Asgard, and his own life? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating and lesser-known myth of Loki and the construction of Asgard's walls. A story where Loki's cleverness is pushed to its limits, alliances are tested, and his actions lead to one of the most infamous moments in Norse mythology. This isn't just a story about Loki, it's a story about how one trickster reshaped the fate of the gods forever. Long before Ragnarok, the gods of Asgard were still establishing their dominion. After defeating the giants and shaping the 9 realms, the Aesir sought to build a sanctuary, a place of unmatched beauty and strength where they could live and rule in safety. This sanctuary was Asgard, but Asgard had a problem. Its borders were exposed, leaving it vulnerable to attacks from the giants, their ancient enemies. The gods knew they needed a wall, an impenetrable fortress to protect their realm. One day, a mysterious builder arrived, offering to construct a wall so strong that no giant could breach it. But his price was staggering. He demanded the hand of Freyja, the goddess of love and beauty, as well as the sun and the moon. The gods were outraged. Freyja was one of their most cherished figures, and the loss of the sun and moon would plunge the cosmos into chaos. Yet they desperately needed the wall. That's when Loki, ever the opportunist, stepped forward with a plan. Loki proposed a counteroffer. The builder could have his reward only if he completed the wall within a single winter, an impossible task. To make things even harder, he could use no help except from his stallion. The builder agreed, and construction began. At first, the gods were confident that the terms were unbeatable, but as the winter progressed, their confidence turned to panic. The builder's stallion, Svadilfari, wasn't an ordinary horse. It was a creature of immense strength and intelligence, hauling massive stones with ease. Day by day, the wall rose higher and stronger. By the final weeks of winter, it seemed the builder might actually succeed. The gods turned to Loki. This was his plan, his gamble, and now it was failing. If the builder completed the wall, the gods would lose Freyja, the sun, and the moon. Loki, ever resourceful, devised a desperate scheme to sabotage the builder's work. Loki transformed himself into a mare, a graceful and alluring horse, and appeared near Svadilfari one evening. The stallion, captivated by the mare, broke away from the builder and chased Loki into the forest. Without his stallion, the builder couldn't haul the heavy stones. Days passed, and his progress slowed to a crawl. When the winter ended, the wall was incomplete. The gods celebrated, but their relief was short-lived. The builder revealed his true identity. He was a giant in disguise. Enraged by the gods' deceit, he attacked them, threatening to destroy Asgard. Thor, the god of thunder, intervened, smashing the giant with his hammer, Mjölnir, and putting an end to the threat. The gods were victorious, but Loki's actions had unforeseen consequences. Several months later, Loki returned to Asgard, but he wasn't alone. He brought with him a strange and otherworldly creature, Sleipnir, an 8-legged horse. Sleipnir was Loki's child, born from his union with Svadilfari. Though Sleipnir was an unnatural being, Odin, the All-Father, saw its potential. He claimed Sleipnir as his steed, and the 8-legged horse became one of Odin's most prized possessions, capable of traveling between realms and outrunning any other creature. While Loki's trick had saved Asgard, it also highlighted a deeper truth about his character. His cunning often came at a cost, not just to himself, but to those around him. Loki's role in the construction of Asgard's walls created a rift among the gods. While they couldn't deny his ingenuity, they also couldn't ignore the chaos he brought with him. This uneasy alliance would continue for centuries. Loki would help the gods as often as he hindered them, walking the fine line between hero and villain. But his actions during the construction of the wall foreshadowed a much darker path, one that would lead to his ultimate betrayal. The story of Asgard's walls is more than just a tale of deception. It's a prelude to Ragnarok, the end of the world in Norse mythology. Loki's dual nature as both savior and destroyer would come to define his legacy. In the events leading up to Ragnarok, Loki would betray the gods, leading the giants and monsters in a final battle against Asgard. Sleipnir, the child born of Loki's trickery, would carry Odin into battle, a symbol of the intertwined fates of the All-Father and the trickster. This connection between Loki and Odin adds a layer of complexity to their relationship. While Loki often challenged Odin's authority, their destinies were inextricably linked, making Loki not just a disruptor, but an essential part of the Norse cosmos. What makes Loki so fascinating isn't just his role in mythology, it's his relatability. Loki's flaws, his impulsiveness, ambition, and hunger for recognition are deeply human traits. He's a god who struggles with his place in the world, constantly shifting between loyalty and rebellion. The myth of the walls of Asgard captures this perfectly. Loki saves the gods, but in doing so, he disrupts the natural order, leaving chaos in his wake. It's a reminder that even the cleverest plans come with unintended consequences. There's an intriguing twist to this story. In some interpretations, Loki's sabotage wasn't just about saving Asgard, it was about proving his worth. By outsmarting the Builder and delivering Sleipnir to Odin, Loki cemented his place among the gods, even as his actions sowed discord. This duality, Loki as both a hero and the problem, is what makes him such a compelling figure. In saving Asgard, Loki created a ripple effect that would influence the fate of the gods for generations. Loki's story is more than just a tale of mischief. It's a reflection of the complexities of power, loyalty, and the unintended consequences of even the cleverest plans. But what do you think? Was Loki a savior, a troublemaker, or something in between? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Norse mythology, don't forget to like the video, share it with friends, and subscribe for more incredible stories from the ancient world. Until next time, remember, the gods may rule the cosmos, but their stories remind us of the chaos within us all.